How can we judge whether a product's packaging design is good? First and foremost, does it provide adequate protection for the product? Next, are we finding ways to make it 100% recyclable and achieving our sustainability goals?
The conventional way is to use styrofoam or other cushioning materials to protect bulky items.
For example, gaming PCs tend to be heavier. So, to protect them, EPE is often the first choice because it's easier to assemble and easier to implement.
Even if we were to use 100% recycled foam, it is still ultimately a plastic material.
We show users the recyclability of the packaging material when they get the device. What's the first recyclable material to come to mind? Paper.
We then incorporated paper folding and developed a paper-molded pulp design that includes many recyclable materials that can be reused as part of a circular economy.
Normally, structural designs made with EPE can be entirely automated in production. However, when using paper instead, maintaining structural integrity and protection becomes a challenge. There are also many more angled corners and slots, which will require a massive amount of labor to complete the packaging process.
The AIO is highly upgradable. When fully upgraded, the entire machine weighs 7.7 kilograms. How would you ensure that the display wouldn't be damaged if dropped? This was a huge challenge for the Vero AIO packaging team.
Handles are necessary for these larger devices, such as gaming laptops and AIO. Currently, they are made of plastic. However, if we replace them with paper, they can also help us streamline the production process as they will be assembled up front.
At the start, we weren't confident that paper materials could support the weight of some heavier laptops, around 5 to 6 kilograms, since plastic typically can bear more weight than its paper counterpart.
Adjustment takes time, and using the paper-molded pulp approach requires a mold-making design. This process often requires going through many cycles, day in and day out, before ultimately arriving at the best result.
Packaging is a part of the product experience. On top of a better unboxing experience, we asked ourselves, was there anything else we could think about, such as extending the usability of the packaging?
How about the accessory box for the power cord or adapter? Usually, this is just an empty box and partition. With some ingenuity, it could act as a cooling stand, giving it practical functionality.
There is not a one-size-fits-all solution for all companies. For Acer, figuring out our solution involved collaborating with suppliers and brainstorming new methods of production and packaging to fit our environmentally focused needs.
For over the last decade or so, we've really grown together with Acer through different ways like close collaboration, brainstorming, and mutual support. We've come a long way with Acer.
In the beginning, package design was also new to us. Working closely with Acer provided new knowledge and inspired us to further our ideas. Our cooperation with Acer gave everyone an opportunity to grow.
In the past, people would ask me why I would not just choose EPE? Why paper folding? Why are you working so hard when you can finish in a few days? Because since 2013, we've always insisted on being more sustainable, and we believe this is the best way overall.
Initially, only the design team and a few product managers would focus on packaging design. They would study the approach to make packaging better and more sustainable. More and more of us started to acknowledge that packaging design is not just about packaging. If we could reduce a bit of plastic or even do away with unnecessary materials altogether, it would create substantial positive change for our environment and planet.
It's only possible for us to be where we are now thanks to the support of ODMs, the suppliers, and our executive team. Otherwise, we may have only made it halfway. In everyday life, we feel more connected to nature and our surroundings. We want to leave a better environment for the next generation.